Does Tekashi 6ix9ine deserve a second chance? Folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm starting to feel bad for this guy. Here's an individual. He didn't know what he was doing. Dyeing his hair Skittle Pox color. Getting involved with the gangs. He was young and immature, and he made some mistakes. He's been drugged in the media. The media straight drags Tekashi 6ix9ine. Take it from me. I should know. I'm one of those media type people who I don't think I'm media, but I've definitely been dragging Tekashi 6ix9ine. And folks, in this video, that's what I want to talk about. Does Tekashi 6ix9ine deserve a second chance? Because in just mere days, I think it's December the 18th, Tekashi 6ix9ine is about to get formally sentenced. And folks, I just read in a story that he is still facing upwards of 49 years in prison to life. Now, we all know that he's not going to get that type of time. He definitely went on the stand. He went on the grandstand and put on a show. Point your fingers. This dude was the maestro of the orchestra, the way he was just whipping that finger at people in the courtroom. No way in hell this guy's about to get 49 to life. I don't see that at all. But there is a very good chance that he could still end up with a decent amount of time. To somebody who's never done time before, 5 years could be like a life sentence. And he could still end up with 5, 10, 15, 20, even with all of the cooperation that he's done. We just did a video just a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact, talking about how the prosecutor, never heard of this before in my life. This is how you know you a good snitch. The prosecution done wrote a reference letter. They didn't give you a reference like on a job application. He might actually be able to come home and put that on a job application if he needed a job. He doesn't. He's got a $10 million record deal waiting on him. It is what it is. But the prosecution gave this man a good referral and a letter of recommendation saying, hey, Your Honor, hey, this dude, boy, he went up and beyond what a government witness is supposed to do. So there is a very good likelihood that things will work out for him, but who's to say? Ultimately, it's going to be up to the judge's discretion. The judge still has some sort of sentencing guidelines he's going to have to follow while sentencing Tekashi 6ix9ine. And ultimately, only time will tell, and time being only mere days. December the 18th, I believe, is the date that Tekashi will learn his fate. And I ask all of you, do you think this man deserves a second chance? Why shouldn't he get a second chance? He definitely made some mistakes. Got involved with the gangs, committed some crimes in relation to those gangs. Feds would get involved, would pick him up for federal charges. He made mistakes. He went into the courtroom pointing fingers at people, testified against them. Those are mistakes. Those are honest mistakes that could honestly be forgiven, couldn't they? And folks, what I want to share with you is what exactly Tekashi 6ix9ine is thinking right now. And most certainly he's thinking that he's deserving of a second chance. Joe, how do you even know that? What are you inside of that man's head? And folks, I'm getting ready to take all of you inside of Tekashi 6ix9ine's mind along with me through a letter. At first, it was the prosecution writing a letter to the judge. Well, now, folks, it is Tekashi 6ix9ine writing a letter to the judge, telling him that he is sorry for his past.
Hello there, Your Honor. I want to say I'm sorry for the things I've done.
I know I screwed up, Your Honor. Give me a second chance. A headline that was reported by TMZ, and the reason for it is because, TMZ, they like the Illuminati. They get their hands on everything. They got the scoop, they got the video, they got the audio, and in this case, folks, they got the letter that Tekashi 6ix9ine, Daniel Hernandez, wrote to this federal judge who could very likely smoke his damn boots when he goes up into that sentencing courtroom on December the 18th. Folks, we're going to dive deep into this letter. We've got the full freaking manuscript right here. We're going to dive into this letter, and we're going to do so in a very, what I hope to be at least, entertaining way. Cody, cue the violin track. Wait a minute, hold on. Not yet, Cody. Folks, we did this a little bit on the Bobo just recently, just this morning as a matter of fact. And when we did it, I was trying to use a Sarah McLachlan, like Dawson's Creek theme song instrumental. Something along the lines of like, I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. If you ain't a boomer, you don't even know about that song. So sit down. I know I can sing. What other prison YouTube up here doing karaoke for y'all? Why would they? Joe, you've got no cut card. I'm trying not to anymore. Cody, please, one time, maestro, cue that track. Folks, we're getting ready to explore this letter that Tekashi 6ix9ine, Daniel Hernandez, has written to the judge. His judge that's gonna sentence him. We know Tekashi's scared. He's got every reason to be. Was snitching enough? Well, maybe this letter just might be. Dear Judge Engelmayer, as my sentencing date approaches, I am becoming more and more overwhelmed with emotion. More than anything, I am extremely grateful for this opportunity to express my remorse to you. Your Honor, I find it difficult to find the right words to express what my life has been like for the last year. It honestly feels like my world is crashing down. Boy, they just gave you a $10 million record deal while you locked up. Ain't nothing crashing down for you. Except reality. Your little Junes are tighter than some cleats that been double knotted and tied up so they don't fall off your feet. Your Junes are tight and you were scared, as you very well should be. Anybody who is in this man's situation or who has been in this man's situation, and let me just say this as well. He is not the first, won't be the last person who has been completely put on blast by the feds, outed as the informant that he is. My puppies downstairs, they pee 40 times a day. They can hold water better than this dude. But I get it. And at this point, you were trying anything, including writing this kite to the judge. There is no excuse, no justification, and no apology good enough in this world to explain my crimes. Folks, peep game. This ain't no letter to the judge. These are the lyrics to the first song off of that new album that's coming out when he get released. This dude gonna change it up completely. I'm gonna use this analogy, but don't take it the wrong way. Like Yellow Wolf, his first album was like trunk music. His second album was like country music. Watch what Tekashi come home like. They gonna get this man a banjo and a fiddle and a harmonica. This dude gonna come home doing folk music. Bluegrass. Where did you go now, Joe? Haven't been a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Go now, Joe. Folks, don't ask me. I just spent $33,000 today on a house that, hopefully we're going to see a profit on. I'm losing it. And I'm still waiting on a receipt. That's crazy. Shit better not be no scam. While I have been incarcerated, I have had time to reflect on my recklessness and foolishness of my decisions. I wake up every morning asking myself, was it worth it? Yeah, you got a $10 million record deal out the deal. I'd say so. I know that my life will never be the same, but hopefully this change will be for the better because beyond all of this, I still consider myself a role model to millions of people as an artist, a celebrity, and as a human being. Unfortunately, everything that he just mentioned right there is the damn truth. He could be a role model. Hell, he could come home and start him a prison YouTube channel. But he does have the opportunity to be able to reach millions of people. And for that, I begin to feel for him. Psych! I don't. You could be the next Gretna Glutenberg. Isn't that her name? She won Person of the Year. Damn. I am happy that the public was able to witness my dealing with the consequences of my actions because I feel like it sheds a light on what can come from gang affiliation. What? Snitching? Because that's all that be going on with that. Join the gang if you want to. You know how you get out? You tell. You tell. It ain't no blood in, blood out. You tell. That's what they're doing these days. 2019. Let's ring in 2020. What's going to happen next year? I know that this is a part of the plan that God has for me, and I am confident that I am ready to face this thing head on. Talking about them years you about to get or them years you're trying to avoid. Before my arrest, I publicly disassociated myself from 9 Trey, but I knew that it would come with a price. I knew from previous incidents that the gang would retaliate against me for denouncing them in public. Prior to my arrest, I was kidnapped by members. Boy, you still telling! This ain't no apology, this is more testimony. God! Oh my God, I love this! Prior to my arrest, I was kidnapped by members of the gang. Became aware of the fact that the mother of my child was having sexual relations with one of my co-defendants. Ooh, these are some juicy details. And that they were stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from me. I had a feeling of relief when I was arrested by the government because I felt stuck, like the gang had control of my life. and that I would never be able to escape their grip. I needed to do something before it was too late. Testify you did. I realized that I placed myself in the position with the choices that I made. I know that I am not a victim because my actions contributed to this mess. I have had plenty of time to reflect, and since the time of my arrest, I've asked myself, are you remorseful because of what happened or because you were caught? I know there's some people who are saying, damn, Tekashi, I feel for you, man. Free that homie. Free the little homie, yo. Free the little homie G. Yo, free Skittles, man. Free him. You're remorseful because you got caught. I can see through the bullshit. I wonder if the judge can. I know I am remorseful for what happened because I was blessed with the gift of an opportunity that most people dream of, but I squandered it by getting involved with the wrong people, by misrepresenting myself when I should have been true to myself and my fans. I thought, and correct me if I'm wrong, I thought it was because of those affiliations and because of those big guns, them guns that were taller than you was, and all of them signs and them do-rag. I thought that was the reason why you became popular. Maybe it was because people were just as shocked as I was, like, damn, boy, that's what the Bloods is accepting now. Yo, anybody could get a job working there. I'm sorry to the victims who were affected by my actions, to my fans who look up to me and were misled, to my family who depends on me, and to this courtroom for this mess that I contributed to. I am truly sorry for the harm that I have caused. I will not let this court down, and I have dedicated a portion of my life to helping others to not making the same mistakes that I've made. Sincerely, Daniel Hernandez. Folks, I know that was gripping, but ask yourself this. Do you honestly think that he wrote that, or did his high-paid attorney write that for him? Somebody wrote it for him. He didn't write that shit. Have you ever heard this dude rap? Crazily enough, I had every intention of doing this video and not really going in on this dude the way that I have. And in fact, kind of am of the belief that in this video, I have gone completely overboard, dived all up into the deep end on this dude. Maybe that was a little too harsh, you know? I'm not surprised that he wrote this letter. Oh my God, he wrote this letter, you know? It is crazy. He's already done so much more crazy stuff going up in the courtroom and basically putting on a free show for the world. Who knows? Maybe this dude is telling the truth. I'm almost borderline feeling like a jackass for the way that I've talked about this dude. And if he does, you know, convert to bluegrass music when he gets released, because he can't do gangsta rap no more. That's off the tape. We're just gonna forget about all this shit that happened in 2019? Probably will. But if he's doing bluegrass, you know, I'd collaborate with him. I'll bring him on After Prison Show. Daniel, if you ever get released anytime soon, and you'd like to share your story, I'll give you the floor here on After Prison Show. I know we are completely irrelevant and you could do so much better. But for the love of God, I've gone in on you quite a bit in many of videos. I've chased the clout quite a bit. I'll admit that. You know, you're successful and I don't get it. Your actions are condoned and I don't get it, even though I should, because when I was locked up, this type of stuff was going on too. You know, people think that they're invincible, untouchable. Hell, a lot of times I feel that way about myself. And you know, the options that you have are do the rest of your life in prison or cooperate. What you think most people are gonna do? With all of this, you know, I just wanna ask all of you, like the title of this video is, you know, do you think this guy deserves a second chance? And what do you think he'll do if given the second chance? You know, do you think that he's about his word? Do you think that he will try to be a positive person out here in society? You know, trying to be a better role model for the youth? If he's given a second chance, I damn sure hope so. Make me a believer, Tekashi. That's what I would hope for. But like everything else, only time will tell, and time is just in a couple of more days. Hey, look, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about it. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!
And I try and be stronger in this life I've chose, but I want you to know